Introducing the Open Palm Podcast with host Jerome Shaw, available today on your favorite podcast platforms. The Open Palm Podcast is a positive, uplifting, motivational, and inspirational podcast. The host brings his insight and philosophy, and you can't help but gravitate towards his smile, his words, and his wisdom. Again, the podcast he hosts is titled The Open Palm Podcast. It's about inspirational messages, motivating themes, and thought-provoking ideas and topics. He'll also help you become more aware and in harmony with your own life, giving you a better understanding of your place in the world and using your skills accordingly, greeting the world with an open palm instead of a closed fist. You can find the show today on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and more. You can also connect with the host on Instagram at JRomeShaw. That's JROMESHAW on Instagram. Jerome Shaw with the Open Palm Podcast. Motivation, meditation, mentality. Go listen, download, and subscribe today.
You know, there is such a benefit to listening to people who are where you want to be in life. When it comes to your beliefs, when it comes to your circumstances, mentally or physically, emotionally, or even financially, it's really good that we understand the saying, to know the road ahead, ask those coming back. Odds are, whatever you are involved in life, there is someone who is ahead of you on your journey. There will always be someone behind you and always someone ahead of you. And my advice would be to learn from the mistakes of those who have already made them so that you don't have to make them. Learn from someone who knows the road ahead and they are already coming back on that same road. They can tell you where to avoid those potholes in the street that might chip at your tires or take away from your experience and make it less bumpy for you. And that's not to say that experience is something that we should compromise. No, there's no substitute for experience. You gain so much wisdom through going through the journey and being on your path, but you also gain knowledge from other people's experiences, other people's mistakes, failures, lessons that they have learned, losses. Anything that someone has been through, they can impart some wisdom to you. So it's important to understand that having a mentor that doesn't even know they are your mentor, they can still be your mentor. You can still find what you need in a book or from the words of someone who has been there and done that. So these days, I've been fueling my mind, just injecting all this information, but not too much information. Understanding that the real power of knowledge is in the application of that knowledge. The book on the shelf is just shelf help. It's not self-help. The book you don't read won't help you. The video you don't watch won't teach you. The audio you don't listen to, you can't learn from. So action creates the manifestation. Action is attraction. So thank you, my friend, for listening. This has been Jerome Shaw on TOP, the Open Palm Podcast here in San Antonio, Texas. I pray you received an encouraging message letting you know to know the road ahead. Ask those coming back. Ask someone who has already been there and done that and knows a thing or two about what you're getting into. And you may find different information, and thereabouts you may find different results. Share this episode with someone who needs to hear it. And if this is your first time receiving this podcast, subscribe for more inspirational messages like this. And if you feel compelled to support, consider opening your browser to anchor.fm/jshaw. Clicking that support button there is much appreciated. Thank you to all the wonderful donators who continue to contribute to the podcast. Thank you, the supporters. Much love to you. And have a wonderful day or night. Stay blessed Stay healthy wherever you are, and take care.